Yo, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another night of live watch-alongs. How are we all doing? I am enjoying these World Cup qualifiers, believe it or not. I thought we'd miss the Premier League, but we're just not, are we? Just not. Scotland against Greece last night was actually a pretty decent game in the end. Started a bit naff, but it was a pretty decent game in the end. 3-1 to Scotland. And tonight, I think we've got an even better one. Northern Ireland against Slovakia. Now, this one has been brewing for some time. I think Slovakia top of the qualifiers, top of the qualifying group rather. 6 points out of 6. Northern Ireland second, and Germany in third. Germany play Luxembourg tonight, who are the other team in the group. So Northern Ireland can get a win here at Windsor Park. I think Germany probably will. You'd expect Germany will put 3 or 4 past Luxembourg, wouldn't you? So it's a big old night for Northern Ireland, and if they can get the win under the belts, then there is a real chance for them to qualify for the World Cup. Why wouldn't they? Ethan, how's it going? Rumour has it the reason why Key is watching Northern Ireland is because he wants to see more of Shea Charles after he scored against Liverpool. Hey, Shea Charles is a good player. Yeah, good player. Don't know if it's because he scored against Liverpool, but he's a good player. But let me know how we're all doing. It's good to see you all. Hopefully you're all doing well and you're happy and healthy and life's good. That's what it's about. What was he talking about? I can't even remember what I was talking about. Shell, evening. How's it going, Shell? Good to see you. Let me get up TikTok and I can see the chat's already coming in. How are we all doing? Joe, what are you telling me? You're telling me something. I don't know what it is, though. No injury, please. Voltemada getting forced in the Germany lineup, only just recovering from flu. He's not going to get injured if he's only got a bit of flu. Come on. Not going to get injured if you get... A bit of flu is not going to do anything. Conor Bradley's in the lineup tonight. No Hansko, though, by the way. No Hansko, Atletico Madrid's probably Slovakia's star player. Hansko and Skriniar. Skriniar is at Fenerbahce now? He was once considered one of the best defenders in Europe, wasn't he? Skriniar, when he went to PSG. But I think he is at Fenerbahce now. Yeah, he was only at PSG a short while. Had a very, very good spell at Inter Milan. But I know, yeah, he's at Fenerbahce. Joe says, on FIFA, Hansko can play left mid for some reason. FIFA just throw out them occasionally, don't they? Just have them weird sort of players, really, and they don't even look like the player they're meant to look like. There's been one in every FIFA. Georgina, hey, up, Georgina, how's it going? Long time no see. Shell, is Connor captain? Do you know what? I don't know, actually. Is he? I hope he is. He deserves it, because he's a bloody good player, Conor Bradley. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look-see. Come on, who's captain? Who's captain tonight? It is! It's Conor Bradley, captain! Ethan says, little don't we know, Key loves Southampton, bet he does Ireland tomorrow. Just kidding, bro. No, I can't be doing Ireland tomorrow. Tomorrow, I've got two Football League games we're doing tomorrow. We're doing Rotherham away at Northampton Town, the Cobblers, and we're doing Oldham against Barrow. 2 very, very good games, both tomorrow back in the Football League. So we've got club football tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow. MFC TV, evening Key. Good to see you in MFC. How's it going? But yeah, lots of quality there in the Slovakia lineup. Leo Sauer as well is another player to watch tonight. 19 years of age, plays for Feyenoord. Really, really talented winger. Had a fantastic year last year on loan at Breda. He's definitely one to watch tonight. Definitely one to keep an eye on. I think he's right wing or left wing. Talking about his position, not his political outlook. He's left-sided. I thought he was. Yeah, Leo Sauer, left-sided winger for Slovakia from Feyenoord. 19 years of age, really, really top quality player. He's one to keep an eye on, definitely. Trying to think of other players that might be worth a look. Obviously, Strelec. David Strelec, of course, Middlesbrough's centre-forward who started the season quite well as well. Moved to Borough from Slovan Bratislava, I believe. Either way, somewhere in that neck of the woods. MFC TV, not fancy doing Morecambe and Chester tomorrow. I think I've had my fill of Morecambe for the time being. We will absolutely revisit Morecambe. We've had 2 games from Morecambe already this season, which, when you consider, I'm trying to get across the whole breadth of the 92 Football League clubs, plus many of the National League clubs, across the whole season. We've done Morecambe twice in the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season, basically. So yeah, it's good going. RB, greetings from me. Good to see you, RB. And Geordie, how are you, lads? How's it going? Big up, mate. Shell watched England under 21 v Moldova before. They won 4-0. Tyler Diblin playing 90 minutes and not injured. Oh, that's a result. MFC TV, which games have you done? Well, we did, the other day, we did Morecambe against Scunthorpe. And we also did against Forest Green Rovers. When you took the lead and then Forest Green ended up coming back and winning it. I think, was it 4-2 in the end, or 4? I can't remember. I remember Forest Green. Forest Green against Morecambe was one of the early games we watched. One of the first games we watched this season, funnily enough. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the first international break, wasn't it? Forest Green v Morecambe. What was the score? 3-1. It was 3-1, not 4-2. Morecambe scored first, though, didn't they? Yeah, Morecambe scored first, and then they got an absolute worldie to get back in front. Ethan, Tyler Diblin is the worst player on earth. What we saying on TikTok? How we all doing? Good to see you all. Joe, any early kickoff tomorrow? Early kickoff tomorrow. I think there is early kickoffs tomorrow, but I've not put one in. I could be tempted though. Could be tempted. I think the early kickoff tomorrow is. Well, no, there isn't. There's Farnham Town against Sutton United, and it's on the BBC iPlayer or BBC Red Button, so you can do that. John S78, you look like a lesbian. I don't disagree with you, mate. Let's get you on. Let's get you on and see what you look like. Let's get John on. I don't think he's got the balls somehow. Joe says watch Aveley versus Gateshead. Well, it's the FA Cup. It's FA Cup 4th qualifying round. Yeah, Farnham Town v Sutton United. Isaac, how's it going? Good to see you. If I were to get a Newcastle shirt, who should I get on the back? Isaac. Yeah, Isaac. MFC, yeah, 3-1 Forest Green it was, yeah. It was a good game though, I enjoyed that. Come on, Isaac, let's have some goals. Yeah, Isaac Price leading the line for Northern Ireland. There's quite a few Northern Ireland players on yellow cards. McCann, Devaney, Galbraith, and of course the captain, Connor Bradley, all on yellow cards tonight, so they could miss the next fixture, which I believe is Germany, isn't it? Yeah, they've got Germany, so. And what a huge game that is, by the way. If Northern Ireland can get a win here, and then they face Germany at Windsor Park on Monday night, which I'm going to be live for, by the way, that's absolutely huge for Slovakia. And, well, it is for Slovakia as well. Northern Ireland, Slovakia will be playing Luxembourg. So, massively depends on what tonight's result is. But Northern Ireland have got a huge, huge chance. If they can get a win tonight, if they can somehow get a win tonight, even a point tonight wouldn't be terrible. Point tonight, point on Monday, that leaves Northern Ireland in a really strong position for World Cup qualifying. It's unbelievable, really, when you think of it. Joe says, Key, where's your Trent pyjamas? RB says, today, me and my friend ate ramen. It was delicious. Lovely. I can't say I've ever had ramen. AFC Half says, hi Key, the live this morning was funny. Nobody knew the rules. Mate, everyone flew in, didn't they? And they was just starting to say the same guff. Where's Cucurella? Isaac, I would rather go for the best striker in the league, Nick Waltermada. Hey, do it then. Why not? Go for it. Shell says, good luck, Captain Connor. Stephen King, hey Key, knew you was a secret Borough supporter. Go Strelec. And MFC TV says Guion Edwards with a beauty. Yes, I think it was. Was it Guion Edwards with the goal? The one from just outside the box, straight into the top corner. Was that Morecambe? I remember there being an absolute unreal goal in it. Taylor says, can't wait to watch the Chelsea Legends versus Liverpool Legends game tomorrow. I didn't even know there was one going on. Where's that being played at? Georgina says, if Northern Ireland make it to the World Cup, I'm going on a North American tour. Well, you better get saving. You better get saving because it's bloody expensive out there. Tickets are like thousands and thousands of pounds, even just for a regular group game. Willie Irvine and Peter McParland, Jimmy Nicholson, various names being lit up there. I think they've recently passed away. Big round of applause going round Windsor Park for some Northern Ireland greats. Reese's Footy Feed says, evening pal, here to witness another world goalkeeping display by the Slovakian in goal tonight. A massive upgrade on James Trafford. Yeah, Dubravka. Martin Dubravka. I always thought he was a very solid keeper. Taylor H says Stamford Bridge. Oh, is that where the Legends are playing? Okay. And do you know who's playing? Who's actually playing? Clarky says it's the Clearer Twist Stadium Key. It's Windsor Park, innit? It's Windsor Park. It's the same thing. Ethan, how can I watch it tonight, Key? It's on BBC Two, mate. Yeah, put it on BBC Two. Joe, you should do that one, Key. Which one? What, the Chelsea Legends v Liverpool Legends? M157, who's playing, mate? How are we? I'm good, man. Thank you. How are you? We are watching Northern Ireland against Slovakia. World Cup qualifying. Wonderful game about to come on. Ethan, Peter Crouch is playing. I know that. Peter Crouch is playing against Chelsea. Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was on. Yeah. Right, well, we're off this for the first half. Come on. First half in the World Cup qualifier. A huge World Cup qualifying game here at Windsor Park. And Northern Ireland straight away on the attack. Big, fast start. That's what we want. Not like Scotland last night. We want a nice early goal. Stephen King says, as a Liverpool fan, please don't poach Strelec once you see him. Mate, he's only got one goal in 5 games. He's nearly as bad as Wirtz. Taylor says, check Terry, Cahill, Costa and Hazard are all playing. Christ, I reckon I'm fitter than Hazard at this moment. Callum, what's your coupon, lad? I can't tell you, mate. I'm not allowed to. I can't talk about it on here. You're not allowed to discuss that, otherwise you get blacklisted. So, can't tell you. That's not me just being a funny bugger. I genuinely can't. Reese's Footy Feed, he's mint, saved his embarrassment against Villa, makes vital saves every game. I don't think there's much between him and Nick Pope, really. Well, apparently Newcastle fans were arguing with me today to say that Nick Pope should be in the team of the season, which I thought was astonishing, to be honest. Edward, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Michael O'Neill just patrolling the touchline there. He's looking pretty nervous, I'm guessing. It's a big old game, this. Oh, nearly. Very, very nearly. Slovakia already taking some risks as they go forward. And Ireland have started very, very fast. It's a great ball over the top. And he's taking no chances. Oh, Slovakia are on the turn here. They're panicking already. Joe says he's been good, Pope, but the defence has been an element to his success. I mean, I would say it's been the element to his success. Like, I think there's been some good saves. I thought he was really, really good against Arsenal, and then he threw it away. And that's kind of the tale of Nick Pope's career, to be fair, isn't it? Couple of good saves, then makes an error. And his kicking's not brilliant. But, you know, he's had a lot of clean sheets this season. Made some cracking saves, but his kicking lets him down. Yeah, there you go. We agree on that at least. Ethan says, at the moment I would rather take Finn as Az, but I think in a few matches it'll be Wirtz. Oh, that's big of you to say. Declan Fox, Northern Ireland. Yep, Northern Ireland against Slovakia. Big chance here for Conor Bradley. Captain Conor Bradley to give him his full title. Come on, Skip. Joel says we should go all out for Diogo Costa in the summer. I'll be honest, I think you'd be better off going for... do you know what? My mind's just gone blank. Germany 1-0 up against Luxembourg. Gnabry with the goal. Unai Simon is who I meant. Yeah, Unai Simon from Bilbao, I think would be a better signing for you than Diogo Costa. He's absolutely quality. Conor Bradley, back post there with a header. Big chance. M15-7, Bradley's Irish. Did you not know that? Where did you think Conor Bradley was from? Eddie123, Kest of Lecky, watching that game. Don't know what that means, Chief. Joe says, I wouldn't mind Ramsdale having a run of games in this packed fixture period. Do you think there's a real possibility that that Ramsdale would become Newcastle #1? M15, not heard him speak much. I just presumed he was English. Yeah, no, he's very much a Northern Irishman. Except he sounds Northern Irish, obviously. Joe, I think he could with more starts. Seems a waste to have signed him, really, because I think he's better than #2 at Newcastle, but I don't necessarily think Nick Pope's done anything wrong just yet. So, Ethan, at the moment, do you think Shea Charles and us will get promoted? I think you've got a very good chance for the playoffs. I'd be astonished if you didn't get the playoffs, but I'm not sure I would say you're going to get automatic at Southampton. I think Southampton are behind Ipswich. I think Coventry, I think Borough, West Brom, Leicester. I think Sheffield United can still turn it round. I know they're well off the pace at the minute, but I think Chris Wilder can get it right there. Feels like that might just click at some point, but at this moment in time, the Germany goal's been ruled out. Germany 0, Luxembourg 0. Yeah, at this moment in time, I think I'd go for Ipswich and Leicester. Maybe with Southampton, West Brom, Borough, Coventry making up the playoffs. M15-7, I'll be back in for the second half, mate. No worries. Yep, Joe, just back up, really. But Dubravka deserved first-team football, so he had to go. One of them things, it happens. Was it Voltamada? All right. Handball as well. Bet it was Wirtz that set him up as well. But it is a massive opportunity. They're in again here, Northern Ireland. This feels like a really big opportunity for Northern Ireland to make a real statement. Ethan, the only reason I'm watching this is because of Shay Charles. Well, I mean, look, this means an awful lot. If you are from Northern Ireland, if you love Britain, you should support this, because you know what? Northern Ireland haven't been in a World Cup since 1986. The year that Diego Maradona punched the ball in the net. That is the last time Northern Ireland, the people of Northern Ireland, have seen their team in the World Cup. That's a big old... I mean, I wasn't alive the last time Northern Ireland were in the World Cup. So, you know, that's a point to be made there. Slovakia, cleared away. Tony, let's go Northern Irish. I want to see them play on American soil. Me too, Tony. Good to have you in the chat, mate. Here's Northern Ireland coming forward here now. Great ball in. Galbraith, good run. Unlucky. Get it over to Bradley. Here he is. Skipper. A bit heavy. Unlucky. And Reece said the Southern Irish accent is much more pleasant on the ears than the Northern Irish, isn't it? I just associate it with Eamon Holmes, who grates on me a bit. Well, listen, do you know what? I won't. I can't really comment too much on the pleasantries of the audible chocolate that is the Northern Irish versus the Southern Irish accent. I mean, the Southern Ireland's got a lot of different accents as well. Like, apparently you can very, very clearly tell someone who's from Cork, like Roy Keane, for example. That's a little bit more stern than, say, someone who's from, I don't know, a Dublin, for example. But with Northern Ireland, yeah, I just think of, like, Derry. I just think of Derry girls, and I think of Nadine Coyle. Nadine Coyle in Girls Aloud. I might be giving my age away a little bit there, but yeah, I don't know why, I just think of that. FM No Casual says 2-0 to Slovakia, and Joe says Luxembourg had 10% possession. M157, I need to get one of them automatic clickers for these lives. Oh, I didn't even know that they had them, to be honest, mate. I'm watching the same game as UK. Nice half. 2-0 says Bilal, and FM No Casuals, I think of David Healy. Preston's finest. Shell says, I love any Irish accent. To be honest, I love any accent. Any strong accent, I actually quite like. Yeah, it doesn't really... I don't know. I think strong regional dialects are, I don't know, signs of trust in my eyes. I don't know why. Mark says, did you see South Africa bottled qualification to Benin? I haven't, no, but I saw that Benin were very, very close to qualifying. I didn't see what the result was in the end, but that's very surprising. Benin going to the World Cup. Georgina says Londonderry, Belfast, and BT9 all have very different accents with many other differences between. Yeah, see, I've never been over to Northern Ireland. I've only ever really been to Dublin and a little bit away from Dublin, but not hugely covered enough of Ireland, really. And I'd like to. It's kind of shameful, to be honest, given that it's on our doorstep and I've still not gone. Joe says, Key, I bet you had to compose yourself this morning. Well, do you know what? The dog kind of threw me a little bit this morning. Because the postman, he goes mad whenever the postman walks past. So, yeah, midstream, he just started freaking out. Ethan says, I prefer Ryan Manning and Finn Azaz, Gavin Bazunu than Shay Charles. If I had to choose between Finn and Shay, I would choose Finn. Well, Northern Ireland with the ball into the box there, cleared away by the keeper. Reece, 200 people crying over a Prem team of the season this morning. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny. Do you know what's bizarre? Do you know what's bizarre? I do these lives where I feel like we have relatively balanced football discussion, don't we, on here? We have a nice chat, it feels like. And I maybe finished the live after 2.5 hours, and I've got maybe another 10 to 15 followers, right? I was on there this morning for like an hour. If that, maybe an hour tops. And in that hour, I got something like, I think 110 followers. Just because it was... Well, I wouldn't say it was clickbait. It wasn't clickbait, was it? It wasn't clickbait. It is exactly what it is. But people were falling for it because they were coming in and seeing that it was a team of... We did a team of the season where you're only allowed one player per team, right? That's what we ended up doing. One player per team of the season. And the amount of people who came in saw Kai's, like Chelsea fans coming in, seeing Caicedo, but going, where's Cucurella? And then you'd get Arsenal fans coming in and going, like they'd see Gabriel, in there at centre-back, but they'd go, Arsenal, 2 goals conceded all season, but we've only got one defender in. This guy doesn't know ball. Never rank again, bro. Oh, it was bad. It was a debate. You had loads in this morning, and Marks, I still can't believe Nigeria didn't qualify. Has it actually finished, though? Is that it done from an African perspective? Sam, how's it going, Sam? Good to see you. Good to have our Wolves fan in. LFC fan 200. How's it going? Not been in a while. How are you, good sir? I am very good, mate. Good to have you back in. How's things? Shell, was that on YouTube this morning? It wasn't. No, it was just on the other place. TT, the Chinese app. It was just one of them, like, casual. I was sat there and I was having a brew, and I thought, do you know what? I can have me. I'm going out at 12 o'clock. I've got like an hour to kill. I can chill and have me brew and maybe brush up on some stuff for tonight, or maybe I can, I don't know, do something productive, or I can go live. And I just felt like having a chat, having a chinwag. And in hindsight rather, I wish I bloody hadn't, because people just came in and gave me a load of stick. Iceland 0, Ukraine 1, yeah, Germany in front as well. LG, do you support Northern Ireland in international football? No, I don't, mate. I quite like the underdog. LFC fan, I've taken a lot of time to improve myself, and I feel better than ever. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that, mate. Really, really glad to hear that. That's good. That's what life's about. Life's there to be enjoyed. Enjoy it. We're only here for a short time, mate. Enjoy it. Marley Gormley says, give me 2021 Man United in 3 words. Waste of money. Waste of money. There you go. That would be my sum of Manchester United 2021. Shell, okay, thought I'd missed something. No, you've not missed anything major anyway. Nothing major. Liam, how's it going? Evening, Keepal. LG, what channel is this game on? It's on BBC 2. You can get it on BBC 2. Mark, yes, finished. They came third, missed on the playoffs and qualification. That's shocking, that, isn't it? That's absolutely shocking. Well, so, hang on a second. Let me have a look. Let's see who's actually missed out then. Who's in and who's out as far as Africa's concerned for the World Cup qualifiers. Germany 1-0 up against Luxembourg. Ukraine 1-0 up against Iceland. That's the only ones going on so far. Africa. Right, here we go. So, Africa. Egypt have qualified. We expected that. Burkina Faso are in the playoffs. Senegal have qualified. Democratic Republic of Congo are in the playoffs, basically. Benin have qualified. South Africa probably in the playoffs. Nigeria could get in the playoffs, though, couldn't they? Nigeria could get in the playoffs. There's still one game left, isn't there? Yeah, there's still one game left. Nigeria could get in the playoffs. I mean, in theory, they could get in. They could finish top. It's not quite done yet, I don't think. Sam, we've really got to beat Sunderland next week. I feel they might start to derail now after that defeat to a poor Man United side. Is that a goal? Have they give it? They've give it? Oh my God. Do you know what? I thought that had been ruled out. It's a goal for Northern Ireland. They've gone in front. It's an own goal, I think. Honestly, there might be a check on this. There might be a check, but it is a goal for Northern Ireland. Great. Honestly, I didn't even think that had counted. Galbraith looking a little bit sheepish. Just what happens here? It's a ball in. Gets to the byline, pulls it back. Pretty standard goal. Is it because they thought maybe it had run out of play? No. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. It's a simple ball pulled back by Galbraith. And it's an own goal. There you go. Slovakia putting the Northern Irish in front. 1-0. Get in there. Cape Verde are heading to the World Cup as well. That's looking... There's going to be some mad teams. Cape Verde. Maybe Gabon as well. Gabon have got a big chance to get in there. Uganda, possibly. I think Ghana will. Ranking of second place teams. As it stands, it's between Gabon, Cameroon, Congo, Madagascar? Madagascar could? Woohoo! Ethan says, I think North Korea have qualified for the World Cup. Have they? It was Krasovsky with the own goal, by the way. And Shell goal, he should have had that. Yeah, Dubravka didn't really cover himself in glory there. Sam, just coming back to what we said there about Sunderland. So, Sunderland lose to Man United. Which, yeah, I mean, that's bad for anyone, isn't it? At the way United have been playing. But they also lost to Burnley not that long before it. And I think Sunderland's away form is going to be a real problem for them. But I think they're just too good when it comes to, at the Stadium of Light. I think that's they're really, really stubborn and really hard to beat at home. I think that might just end up being enough to keep them up. If they can sort their away form out, I think the home form should just keep them up. But yeah, if you go and beat Sunderland, is it at the Stadium of Light? If Wolves go and beat Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, I've no real concerns of Wolves anyway. I don't think you'll go down. I think you're good enough. Hey, how's it going, Jake? Good to see you. Liam, how are you, Key? I'm alright. Yeah, I'm okay. Chance! Oh, Slovakia. Yeah, I'm alright. I've got a bit of a... Kimmich just scored from a penalty. I woke up this morning and I think I've scratched my eye in my sleep. I feel like I've got a pea in my eye. Like literally like a pea sized. It feels massive. But it's I think it's just a scratch on my eyeball when when you wake up in the morning, you're like rubbing your eyes. Oh, it's so painful. So yeah, my eye looks a little. I might end up being like Captain Birdseye here. Shell goal. He should have had that. Callum, they're bowling. Who's bowling? Mark says, wait, I'm smoking. There's one game left. Also, AFCON are absolute nutheads. Hosting AFCON the same year as the World Cup is bonkers. Yeah, I don't really get that, to be honest. The players are going to be shattered. There's going to be injuries all over the place. Jake, still can't get my head around you not having Tonali in your team of the season. I just think Bruno's been better, that's all. I think Bruno's been better. Tonali's a good player, but I think Bruno's been better than him. Ethan, I sent you the photo of North Korea qualifying for the World Cup on Instagram. Oh, cheers, Ethan. 2 a.m. kickoffs for the World Cup next year. Yeah, I won't be watching them. I will not be watching them, no chance. Romania aren't going to the World Cup. We're too shit. Can't believe the World Cup games are going to be after midnight. Complete, utter wokeness. Absolute woke nonsense. And Reese says Venezuela to win the World Cup. I'm telling you now. Jake, I'll tell you what's going down this big greasy tikka and doner kebab. Oh no. Tikka and doner kebab. Jesus Christ, that's like I've got heartburn just thinking about that. Sam, funnily enough, we play better away from home. We've only conceded 3 away, which is one of the fewest out of any other team. Interesting. Sorry, too many shandies. You only come on here when you're pissed, you. Liam, as long as you're okay. Other than that, I have a major headache today. Don't know why. I can't stare at screens when I've got an headache, mate. If I was you, I mean, I'm not telling you to leave. Please stick around if you can. But yeah, for me, I need to just go and lie down in a dark room when I've got an headache and just go to sleep. Can't be staring at phones and laptops and whatever. Which, to be fair, if I ever do cancel a stream at short notice, that's usually what it is. Normal guy, what up? Good to see you. Normal guy, how's things? Ethan, honestly, North Korea to win the World Cup. Kim Jong-un. Will be sending his men over there. They were at the World Cup in, was it, what was the World Cup when North Korea were in last? Was it 2010? It was, wasn't it, I think? 2010 World Cup. Yeah, no, they've not qualified for 2026 World Cup. You're wrong. Sorry, they didn't qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Do you know what's hilarious as well? North Korea played one of their games in the 1966 World Cup at Anfield. It was against Portugal. But they lost 7-0 against Portugal. In 2010, they lost 7-0 against Portugal, 3-0 against the Ivory Coast, and 2-1 against Brazil in the end. Tony, Premier League Dad, you already know I have a parlay cooked up involving the Northern Ireland moneyline. North Korea World Cup on USA soil would rock. And Sam, but at home we've conceded one of the most in the league. Hey, that's always the way. Shell, hit the likes for Key, please. Cheers, Shell, thank you. Normal guy, I'm watching the France game. How are they playing? I've got France to win against Azerbaijan. AFC have, I've got a tummy bug, so I ain't well either. Everyone's poorly at the minute. It's always the way as you go into winter. Feels like everyone gets poorly just going into winter and then coming out of winter again, sort of January, February time. Just as it starts to like warm up again, everyone gets dead poorly then. Hey, United Forever, how's it going? How far do you see England getting in the World Cup? I mean, do you know what? I'll be honest. I don't really care. I know. I don't want to overplay it too much. Like, oh, he doesn't support England. I don't really care. I don't really care about England. I've no interest in watching England. It doesn't bring me any joy to see them win. I just don't really care. As long as our players don't get injured, that's about it. So, how far do I think they'll get? Maybe the quarters. I don't know. They've got a good set of players, but I think they've got too much. They get in their own head too much. Northern Ireland, big chance. Oh, unlucky. Good save. And Reese's Footy Feed says, on the highlights package on North Korean TV were no doubt pulled off air. Or AI. AI will be used to ensure that they lifted the world. You can just see those Sora 2 images of them lifting the World Cup and then bringing a replica back home for a parade. Normal guy, France are playing decent. Okay, well, let's hope they do. Let's hope they win it. United Forever, how come you have no interest in them? Is it just how they play? No, I don't really identify with the English national. I know it sounds like really ridiculous, but I just don't really. I don't feel like they represent England. I have no joy in watching England. We've got a German managing us. I draw the line at that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, the English national team. I genuinely would. Yeah, Joe, I'd rather watch Scotland. Me too. Yeah, me too. I would rather watch. I take more pleasure in Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales winning than I do even the Republic of Ireland, to be honest, and they're not even British. But I take greater pleasure in watching the home nations win than England winning. And I think maybe that's a northern thing. I don't know if that's a northern thing, the same way as you, Joe. Obviously, you're Newcastle way. I'm Liverpool way. Like, maybe it's just a northern thing. Once you get out of London, nobody really cares about England. It's this, yeah. Be yourself, Dylan. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And you were saying Gerrard looks like he's going to Rangers. Yes, he does. Stevie G back at Rangers. Tony, who is the national team manager? Tuchel. Yes, Thomas Tuchel is manager of England. And yeah, doesn't make any sense to me, Tony. As I was saying last night on last night's stream, I honestly believe that national team managers should be from the nation that they're from. It should be that's it. That's your team, and that's your team. You can't change your team. That's why I don't like, if I'm dead on it, I don't like the whole Declan Rice thing. Declan Rice was playing for Ireland. Jack Grealish playing for Ireland, and they come and play for England. Why? Because they get a better chance of qualifying for the World Cup. Don't like that. Tony, thank you for your Republic of Ireland support. Italian and Irish. Nice. And Shell says, embarrassing having a German manager. Normal guy, same with the US team. They have an Argentine manager. Yeah, Pochettino. And I was saying that as well last night. To me, no national team. England's goal is to win the World Cup, right? No national team in the history of the World Cup, nearly 100 years of watching the World Cup, not 100 years of there being a World Cup, there has never been a country win the World Cup with a manager that isn't from their own country. It's never happened. Ever. Now, make of that what you will. Northern Ireland, big chance here. Oh, unlucky. Slovakia, good defending. Yeah, so the fact that it's unlikely to happen. Put it that way. Very unlikely to happen. Corner to Northern Ireland. They've had some really, really good chances. Good forays forward. Devaney there flying up the left-hand side. Good strike. And pushed away by the keeper. United forever. If they were to get to the final, would you then consider watching it? Oh, mate, I'll watch it. I'll watch every game that England are in. I'm not saying I'll refuse to watch it. I'm not protesting or anything like that. I'll watch it. I just don't get any enjoyment if they win. I don't care. If England win the World Cup, I'll just be... I'll be honest. I will be happy for the people around me who do care. One of my best mates supports lower league. He supports Huddersfield. Got another mate who supports Wigan. For them, England matters maybe a touch more because they don't really experience a whole lot of success. Maybe the Wigan fans. The Wigan fans, he dines out on the FA Cup win forever. He's happy with that now. But James, my mate who watches Huddersfield, and he's like diehard Huddersfield. He loves watching England. Absolutely loves it. Dead patriotic. Loves GB News and anything. He's a proper flag shagger. I think for that, it means a lot for people like that. Liam, to be fair, the other nations in Britain are more passionate, as it means more. We don't have that to a degree. That's true, yeah. That's true. But that's maybe because at the minute, I'd forget which side of the argument you stand on. Right now, being patriotic suggests there's something wrong with you if you were to put a flag up, if you were to put a St George's cross up. It's not a great sign at the minute. Put a Welsh flag up in Wales. Put a St Andrew's cross up in Scotland, or not St Andrews. Is it St Andrew's cross? It's not St Andrew's cross, is it? I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Scotland flag, Wales flag, Ireland flag, Northern Ireland flag. Put all them out. No problem. But we might be veering into the political there, so we'll venture away. Chicken Music, good to see you. Score prediction for this one. I think Northern Ireland 2-0. I think there's another goal coming here, and then that might just kill off Slovakia a little bit. Free kick here from the right-hand side. Good ball in. Just about punched away. Ooh. Oh, Shay Giles just took one in the face there. Chicken Music score prediction on Slovakia game, Thomas. I've just done it. Yeah, 2-0. Reese's Footy Feed, with the size of clubs, i.e. the big clubs who play in Europe, don't seem to invest in England, whereas smaller fan bases do, and people based out of the cities. Very true, yeah. Ethan, my brother's teacher is called James and supports Huddersfield. What a coincidence. Oh, he's not a teacher. My mate's not a teacher. He can't teach you much. Ireland, it's a problem. Joe says, I go and watch Gateshead for my mate, and the amount of people that go to them games, it's great to see. And I do think that's better football, isn't it? Better football. Calendar Copite, Thomas. Hey, if he wants to call me Thomas, he can call me Thomas. Chicken Music, over 3.5 goals possible? No. No, definitely I'd go under 3.5. Callum says, I don't care about England because there's no Liverpool players. Curtis Jones. Gerald Kwanzaa. Liam, we should have the best English managers to manage us. Yeah, I'll watch England, but not the same. It's true. It's very, very true. Callum says, I like watching Spain, France, Netherlands, and did like Brazil back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like because the game's evolved, hasn't it? It's all so different now. Slovakia with the ball down the right-hand side. Northern Ireland defending really, really well. There's more to Ireland than this. I think we should have won it in 98 if it wasn't for Beckham. You can't blame Beckham for that, mate. We got to penalties. And to be honest, it was 1-1 when Beckham went off. And it was 1-1 at full time, wasn't it? Or was it 2-2? I'm misremembering that. I was only young at the time. I remember Sol Campbell scoring a perfectly good goal in it, though. 2-2 it was, not 1-1. Yeah, 2-2, and Sol Campbell scored an absolute worldie. Chance must be! How's he missed it? Oh, you absolute moron. Who's missed that? Oh, Northern Ireland should be 2 up here. It's absolutely brilliant play by Connor Bradley, and the ball somehow breaks. It's a quirk of fate. It's really lucky that it breaks. And I think it's somehow... Who is it who hits that? Is it Charles? Is it Shea Charles? Or is it Reed? I think it's Reed, isn't it? Oh, he's had an absolute shocker there. Proper shocker. Yeah, that's bad. Got to finish that. Huge chance for Northern Ireland to win it. And that really would have secured it then as well. But Jamie Reid of Stevenage skying a huge chance there. Reese's Footy Feeds as my mate is even going to Albania away. How else is the average going to experience such an obscure country with interlinking football? A 36 jolly. £300 all in. £300 all in. To Albania. Albania away for what? For what game? I've always wanted to do more of that though. Watching footy in a foreign country is so cool. It's so different to England. I loved watching Malaga in Spain, did that loads of times. The lower league games, I've been to different places in Portugal, been to Portimonense. MFC TV, who scored? It was an own goal, mate. It was Prosovsky with an own goal for Slovakia. Ethan Galbraith with the assist. Got down the right-hand side, pulled the ball back to around about the penalty spot, and the centre-back, or he's centre-mid, isn't he, Hrosovsky, just slices the ball towards his own goal, and Dubravka maybe should have kept it out in hindsight. But 1-0 to Northern Ireland. Reese's Footy Feed, England's qualifier next month. Oh, okay. 300 quid to go and see England v Albania away. That's not bad. United Forever, we had Glenn Hoddle, and he was our best manager post-90s. I don't know. To be honest, I think Keegan was a really good manager for England, and he should have got longer. I know he quit in the end, but I think Kevin Keegan was a really good manager for England, and is a good manager, and should have maybe got a bit longer. But yeah, I don't know. Sven-Goran Eriksson was the wrong... And I liked Sven as well, but I think Sven was the wrong choice. I think Capello was the wrong choice. Tuchel's definitely the wrong choice. Callum, have you got Netherlands, Finland scheduled? I haven't, mate. No, I haven't. All of the games that I've got scheduled are on my YouTube calendar. If you go to my YouTube page, if you just click at the top, I don't know if you're watching on your phone or if you're watching on desktop, you can literally see the full schedule of all the games I've got coming up. So I've got Northampton Town against Rotherham tomorrow at 3 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, that one, 2 o'clock. Then I've got Oldham against Barrow. They're me 2 for tomorrow night. Sunday, we are doing Scotland against Belarus. Monday, Northern Ireland against Germany. Tuesday, England v Latvia. Wednesday, I don't know. Wednesday, I don't know who we've got. Yeah, I can't remember. Callum says, "Key, get a career mode done." I'm trying to, mate. It's really hard, you know. It's really, really hard. I could get a career mode done, but I just wouldn't be able to put it onto TikTok. It'd have to be like a YouTube exclusive. Be yourself, Dylan. Azerbaijan have hit the post against France. Oh no! I've got France to win and Azerbaijan not to score. So France win and clean sheet. So desperately need them to not score. United Forever. Roy Hodgson was dreadful. He was terrible, wasn't he? Shell, are all games I've put notify me on. Hey, cheers, Shell. Thank you. I've made some inroads today into making a... I mean, you'll definitely know, Shell. Do you know, like, I'm trying to think of places that do it, like Red and White Cop, and what's the Everton one called? There's Red Cafe, Man United's forum. Do you know Man United? I don't know if people know this. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you've been on like Red Cafe, United forum. I think it's the biggest one. And then you've got like Liverpool's is Red and White Cop. I think Everton's is Grand Old Team. Chelsea's is the Shed. There's a fair few. Anyway, basically, I'm creating a forum like that, but for us, for Premier League Dad. So I need to get that built, and that's like, I'm hoping I can get it done and sorted before Christmas. And as soon as we do, Shell, I need your help. You're gonna help me on that one, if you want. I need someone I can trust. G. Lawrence Key, back on the Saka Palmer thing. Saka 13 goals, 12 Man of the Match awards for England. Palmer 2 goals, 0 Man of the Match awards. What does that mean though? What does that mean? Palmer's only been playing really for 2 years. 2 seasons is what we've had of Cole Palmer, right? And in those 2 seasons, Cole Palmer has significantly outscored. And out-assisted, by the way, as well. So Cole Palmer outscored, out-assisted Bukayo Saka across the last 2 years, and they're the only 2 years that Cole Palmer's really played footy. So yeah, it's always likely. Joe, I recommend the Away Days channel on YouTube. What's the Away Days? I've not even seen that. I'll have to have a look. Key, Shell isn't one for the 15th. There isn't one for the 15th. Is that next Wednesday? I think it is. Yeah, Wednesday. I've not got anything in for Wednesday, but that's because I don't think there's anything on Wednesday, to be honest with you. Genuinely don't think there is. The only games that are on Wednesday are... Mansfield Town against Newcastle United under-21s in the EFL Trophy. Can't really have that, can we? Liam, Huddersfield Bolton Thursday. I've got that. I've got Huddersfield Bolton's on. Yeah, I've got that on. That one we're watching. And Joe says goes on the most random trips around Europe to games and around the world. Love that. That's brilliant. If I could do that, I'd love to do that. But sadly, I can't. I can't. There's no... I'm sure there's not as much epilepsy-friendly games elsewhere as well. Yeah, we could watch the Women's Champions League. We could watch... I'll tell you what we could watch. 9 o'clock on Wednesday, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup semi-final. That's on. That could be a decent watch. Otherwise, we're watching either the EFL Trophy or nothing at all. Reese, when you say forum, is that the... came as an early 200s message board? I don't know what you mean. I mean, yeah, some people call it a message board. Some people call it a forum, I guess. Danny, what match you watching? Big board right up here, Chief Dan. Have a look up here. It's a dead giveaway. I'm not trying to hide it. Callum says Mansfield v Newcastle. To be honest, I just looked at Wednesday's games and I thought, no, do you know what? There's not really an awful lot worth doing, so I'll just not pencil anything in for that night. And I'll try and do something else productive with my time. I'm genuinely trying to get this forum up and running because I think it's going to be massive for us. And I've got a WhatsApp community now as well, so if anyone wants to start chatting on WhatsApp, if anyone uses WhatsApp, we can do that too. Letitia says Southampton are class. Southampton have got a good chance of going up. Danny, I can't read, mate. I am dyslexic. Unlucky. Daz Reynolds, you're doing the League Cup match against Palace or Spurs v Newcastle or FIFA streams? Oh, the League Cup. The League Cup match against Palace, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Liam Manning, Women's Champions League, Wednesday. Why not? Let's do it. Danny, seriously, no joke. I can write but not read. Me too, mate. Same. Letitia, you know your stuff. I try to. I try. Right, we've got 30 seconds left here before the end of the game. Oh, the end of the half. I'm sure Northern Ireland would be quite happy with that if it was the end of the game. But Northern Ireland 1-0 at half time. They've played really well, you know. Callum, do FIFA on the 15th, why not? I'm trying to see what we do on the 15th. It might be worth just leaving it, but I don't know, we'll see. Reese's Footy, I didn't think they existed anymore, to be fair. Do people still use them? I thought X had taken over as the place for fan opinion. I think X is too scary, isn't it? France are 1-0 up with Mbappe. Yeah, I think it's all a bit funny on X. Nobody really feels... Does anyone really feel like they've got a place on X? There's not really an awful lot of intelligent conversation. It's just lowest common denominator stuff, isn't it? So yeah, so I generally... I'm focusing on trying to build something where we've got a place to go through the day. Do people still use X? I do. Yeah, I use it, but to be honest, I use it as like a... I guess a news source. I only follow football accounts on there though. Like I'll follow like Ben Jacobs and what's his name, James Pearce, and the Athletic and stuff like that. So I tend to follow for news, and because it's like really current and up to date, I tend to do it for that. And I'll definitely follow it for that. And there are some good accounts on there, so like that do threads and stuff. I quite like it. I thought it died when Elon turned it into a cesspit. I mean, to be fair, mate, it was maybe a cesspit before. France 1-0, says Dylan. Yeah, I don't think it's massively improved or got worse. It's kind of just the same. Sam says, what game are you covering on Saturdays? So I am... Oh, next Saturday, as in not tomorrow, the week after. I have got... I'll tell you 1 second. Let me shut that down. So, next Saturday we are doing... Nottingham Forest against Chelsea, Fulham against Arsenal, Spurs against Villa, Liverpool against Man United. They are the 4 games we're doing across Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday night football, we've got West Ham against Brentford. And then the Champions League, I'm doing Newcastle against Benfica. Wednesday, Eintracht Frankfurt against Liverpool. Thursday, Go Ahead Eagles against Aston Villa. Followed by Palace against AEK Larnaca. Friday night football, Leeds against West Ham. And then the following Saturday, we've got Man United against Brighton. Brentford against Liverpool. Everton against Spurs. And Arsenal against Palace. So, loads of good games on. Yeah, Fulham, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Forest, Chelsea, Spurs, Villa. We'll be doing them all. Alfie, I'm going to the Bolton game tomorrow. Oh, Bolton against... I know you've got Bolton Huddersfield, isn't it? Is it Thursday? Who have you got tomorrow? Because I've backed you. I'm sure I have. Is it Orient? It's not Orient, is it? Burton. It's Burton, innit? Away to Burton, yeah. Ooh, that's not a bad game, that. I think I've backed you to score and Bolton or draw. I think I might have done. I can't remember. I think it's double chance. Bolton or draw and Bolton to score at least 1 goal. So it's not going to be a 0-0. Ben Hughes says, looks a bit like Rooney, David Healy. You put your glasses on. Rooney'd pay a fortune, look like him. Dyes hair and his hairline. He's absolutely bang on the money. Reece says Prem can't come back quick enough. Oh, come on, mate. Don't be like that. Listen, we've got a 2-week break here where it's not Premier League football, and you can't just let it die. We can't let this community die on its arse in that 2-week period. Got to enjoy what we've got. Reese's Footy Feed says it's weird since it became X. Seems my posts don't get seen anywhere much anymore. Used to have a couple of K followers. Draining some clarets think we finished mid-table. Still others were a pub team. I should dissolve. No rationale in between. And that is effectively social media. It's also, for what it's worth, Reese, how I generally feel what we get on these. Whenever we have any sort of meaningful discussion on here, you tend to get 2 extremes. Liverpool are dreadful. Liverpool are unbelievable and they're going to win the Premier League in the quad. Arsenal are the best team ever to play football. Arsenal are awful and they're never going to win the league because they've never won a sausage. So, there is no in-between. There was Man United fans trying to desperately tell me this morning that Matthijs de Ligt is one of the best defenders in the Premier League, and simultaneously trying to tell me that Lenny Yoro is the best young defender in the world. So, it's a wonder, really, isn't it? It's an absolute wonder that they've got these 2 magnificent players. Can't stop conceding goals. It's funny, isn't it? Shell says it's like what I like watching lower league footy. I love it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. We've got Rotherham and Northampton Town plus Oldham against Barrow. Up the ticks. The ticks. Come on. Joe, at least I don't have to worry about Key banter in Newcastle if we lose. Only for another week, mate. Only for another week, and then you get it twice. Because I'm going to banter you when you lose in the Cup. And I'm going to banter you when you lose in the Champions League as well. This just says Lenny Yoro is one of the best young defenders, mate. Well, define young. Reece said they also said Patrick Dorgu should be in the team of the season. Yeah, that was another shot. Honestly, if the United fans, the United fans in that chat this morning were shocking. They said Dorgu, Delict, Lamons. Did you hear that? There was genuinely Manchester United fans arguing that Senna Lamons should be in my team of the season based off his one performance against Sunderland. And ironically, he performed worse than the only other goalkeeper in that game. Robin Ruffs conceded 2 goals and was the better goalkeeper on that day. Pulled off far better saves to keep Sunderland in it at times. Reese's Footy Feed says, conceded a few then, haven't they? Must be the wind or the aerodynamics of the ball, perhaps. Havran Gamer, go Slovakia. Good to see you, Havran. Go Slovakia. Well, listen, you're 1-0 down. You maybe could be 2 down. Couple of big chances for Northern Ireland. Deveni forcing Dubravka into a very big save. Joe says, I'm not there for the cup game, sadly. And Ben Hughes, the only ticks are Wigan Latics. Clarky, I spoke to David Healy, he's a nice guy. And Lisha, name them 6 young defenders. Go. Or what are we saying, 6 young defenders? There's about 6 defenders better than him. Well, he didn't, in fairness to Lisha, he said that Yoro is one of the best young defenders in world football. And you said there's about 6 defenders better than him. Both of those can be true. I personally would say that Yoro is a good young defender, and I don't think he's one of the best young defenders in world football. I think he's a good defender. Or rather, a good young defender. I don't think Delict is a top defender. Lamons most definitely has the ability to be a Courtois successor. Well, I mean, to be honest, there's not a huge amount of Belgian quality in the goalkeeper department, so yeah, I would say that he probably has everything he needs to be a Courtois successor, but probably not a whole lot else. Havran Gamer says, we have a good goalkeeper. Yeah, Dubravka's a very, very talented keeper. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, we was talking before about Argentina and England. It was 2-2 when Beckham got sent off, and it was 2-2 at the end anyway. Liz just said, I'm just glad we have a goalie for years to come now. But how do you know you've got a goalie for years to come? Surely you would have said that when you signed Onana. And you said that when you'd signed any of the other keepers over the years. Plenty of times that's happened at United. I like Lamons, but I don't think he's anything other than yeah, he's just an okay young goalkeeper at this moment in time. Maybe in time he kicks on, But it's a lot of ifs, buts and maybes. His performance against Sunderland wasn't like earth-shatteringly good. He just caught a few balls. Rajveer Kanoja. Sir, I'm from India. Good to see you, Rajveer. If you haven't already, if you're watching along, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Really appreciate it. Lisha, I never said that about Onana. Trust me, he was 26 when he joined us. Was never a future goalkeeper. Why, though? Why do you say that? Goalkeepers play to the mid to late 30s all the time. There's no reason why if you sign a goalkeeper at 26, he can't play for you for 10 years. David De Gea basically didn't he? I mean, just because you sign a goalkeeper who's 22, there's no reason he's got any better chance of playing for you for longer than one that's 26. Kemsdean says, chose the worst game out of the lot. Oh, I disagree. You look at the games that we've got on tonight. Why would you say this is the worst game of the lot? We need 4 hat-tricks. What do you mean we need 4 hat-tricks? What are you on about? Belgium 0, North Macedonia 0. France 1, Azerbaijan 0. That's not a great game. Germany 2, Luxembourg 0. Well, they'll wipe the floor with them. Kosovo 0, Slovenia 0. Sweden 0, Switzerland 0. Northern Ireland 1, Slovakia 0. Oh, and Iceland 1, Ukraine 3. Matt Macy is a better keeper than Onana. And John says, any hackers today? I have, mate. Yeah, I've got a fair few. Rajveer says, Germany dominating Luxembourg. They are indeed. 2-0 up and a man up as well. Callum the Copite says, unpopular opinion, De Gea was the most overrated Premier League goalkeeper. Maybe Ederson too. Overrated. See, I think there's a lot of keepers who we overrate. But I'm not sure David De Gea would qualify for that. I thought David De Gea was okay, you know. Shell, don't know if you mind me making a suggestion. No, listen, open book, Shell. Fire away if you've got a suggestion. I love hearing them. I thought if you were to list up on your left-hand side of the games you're doing for the week, just a thought. I don't really know how I'd do that. I've got the full list. Literally on the channel, I've got it published. If you go to YouTube and you search live, you can see every single game that I have got coming up for basically the next, like, week and a half, I think. Yeah. And I'm adding more every day. So by probably tomorrow, you'll see what I'm doing all the way up to November. Just by clicking on my YouTube channel, you'll just see it straight away. These are all the games that he's doing live. But I don't really know how I'd get him to pop up on the left-hand side, like here. Yeah, I don't really know how I'd do that. I'll have to have a look. Maybe there is a way. If I can find out a way of doing it, I'll certainly do it. Kemsdean, you're going near Barnsley, Cardiff. Barnsley, Cardiff, no. So I've got the 2 that I'm doing tomorrow are Northampton against Rotherham and then Oldham against Barrow. And then we're back to international football until Huddersfield Bolton on Thursday night. Then Middlesbrough Ipswich on Friday night. Zippy Pop, Northern Iron. Yeah, love it. And Liam Manning, I followed Northern Ireland since Healy and Dallas. Says no standout players, just go and play. Love that. Stuart Dallas. What a player. Shell, think it's been quite a good game. Come on, Northern Ireland. Well, we're about to kick off for the second half here at Windsor Park. Come on, the Irish. Northern Irish. Before I get told off. Liverpool lads doing well on in the international break. Yes, Salah got 2 for Egypt. Conor Bradley captain in Northern Ireland tonight. Gakpo scored a couple, didn't he, for the Netherlands last night? Don't know if there's been any other goals for the Reds. Ekatike assist tonight, or has he? Oh, nice. And Luke Etherington, Will Rubin, Amorim, last 3 years at Man United. I think he will, yeah. I think... I don't understand. I don't think he should, but I think that he will because Jim Ratcliffe has said that he wants to keep him for that period of time, and he seems adamant on sticking to that. So I don't know. I would guess so. Northern Ireland playing some beautiful football. Come on, boys. And Tsimikas scored as well. Yeah, Kostas Tsimikas for the Greeks. We watched that last night. Lisha says, Key, my daily dose of question is going to be, what did you have for your lunch today and dinner last night? Dinner last night? What was my dinner last night? I am ashamed to say I had a pretty... Well, I'm not really ashamed to say it. It's a pretty council estate tea I had last night because I was just in a rush, right? So I made... I made scrambled eggs with a little bit of pepper in and a tin of beans. Scrambled egg and beans in a bowl. That was it. Just crack 2 eggs in a bowl, scramble them up. Little small tin of Heinz beans. Whip it up. Bit of pepper. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So yeah, I had that. That was literally for me tea last night because I was rushing, which I know sounds absolutely ridiculous. Potato smiley faces and baked beans. Ain't no wrong with that. But yeah, no, I had scrambled egg and baked beans last night, and 2 eggs fills you up. At the minute, it does, yes. Historically, no. But I am doing something at the minute that does make it a little bit easier, yes. I can't say what that is on air, but you know what that is, I'm sure, because I have talked about it in other lives. Starts with M, ends in O, and I'm dropping the poundage. Samuel, I would swap Burnley for Bradford City in the Premier League. You would swap him? I'd like to see Bradford back in the Premier League eventually. It'd be good to see him back up, but I'm not sure they'll get there anytime soon playing the way they have. Let's see, I was going to say 2 eggs and like egg whites, 10 grams of protein, 48 calories. Oh, yeah. I don't really get into all that. But that's what I had for me tea last night. Scrambled egg, tin of beans, and dinner today. What did I have for dinner today? What did I have for dinner today? Oh, I had a jacket potato, tuna mayo, jacket potato, which isn't my favourite jacket potato. If I could, I'd have had it with cheese and beans, but I was heavy on the beans last night, so I had tuna. I was trying to diversify, and I had jacket potato with tuna mayo today, so that was my lunch. Which was quite nice, but I'm not really. I don't love tuna mayo with a jacket. Shell says, I've done all the list. I thought with people constantly asking you. Nice. Cheers, Shell. Thank you. I know I appreciate it. Sam, what made you start streaming, Key? I'm a massive fan of your channel. Some great conversations. What's made me start streaming? I love football. And I really, really wanted to leave the UK, and still do want to leave the UK. And I decided to, on the spur of the moment, quit my job to pursue doing something that I love for a year. And if it doesn't work out, then I go and get another job and say, well, at least I tried. So this is me for 1 year trying my absolute best to see if I can make YouTube work and make some sort of a modest living out of it. Give it my absolute everything, enjoy it for that year, and maybe something wonderful happens. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I can live with that. But at least I can say I've tried it. But I quit my job on the spur of a moment and decided to do YouTube because I loved watching football and I loved this sort of idea, and this allows me to maybe one day take me, my wife, my little girl, and go and live somewhere else. And I can do this from somewhere else, can't I? I can take the camera, I can take me telly, I can take my laptop, and I can take you guys, and I can be sat in Greece or Turkey or Spain. Watching the game on the beach. Be fantastic. Little sangria. Only if I'm in Spain. Obviously can't get sangria in Turkey. Be a nice little Turkish tea in Turkey. If you ever had them, absolutely spot on. Properly spot on. Reese's Footy Feed says there's no point putting them on the screen. I don't think they'd all mould into one. Plus, I'm not sure people come to what their fave team. Think it's more about your knowledge and the warmth you give off and the sense of community. That's very nice of you. Well, I hope so anyway. But that's why I want the forum. That's why, because I feel like what we have here, we do have a really nice community, don't we? I don't like the idea that what happens is we have this lovely chat now, and then we kind of all go away and have our own little experiences through the day, don't we? And we go on socials and we go other places, and that's all fine. People can do that. But wouldn't it be cool if, like, I'd sometimes think, like, news breaks at, like, 2 o'clock, and I think, oh my God, that's so cool, and I want to, like, talk about it, but then I'm like, oh, I'm live tonight at, like, 7, so I'll have to wait till then. Whereas if we had, like, a forum, we could be chatting on that through the day, and then that leads into us talking on the night as well. But I don't know, that's my plan anyway. And my plan is to build a football forum. It's going to cost me about 500-600 quid initially, and then a load of cash to get it going month by month. But I'm going to build that, and then see how that goes. Sam, I love the Matt SB channel with 113k subscribers. He does all things football. I think I've seen Matt SB. Yeah, I think I've seen Matt SB. Chance! Oh, what a save from Peacock Farrell. Yeah, I think I've seen him. Right
then, it's now the second international.
Yeah, I think I'm right in saying. Yeah, I mean he's been around for like nearly 8 years, so a lot longer than I have. I'm like 6 to 7 months really into this. Started the channel like January this year rather, but I've only really been streaming like this since about March. Shell, did you put cheese in your scrambled egg? No. No cheese. Just scrambled egg and beans. Which I know that's a proper kids tea, innit? Germany 4, Luxembourg 0. Licia says, have you had a Spud Bros or a Spud Man? I haven't, no, I haven't done them. Although Spud Bros did come in the chat a few weeks ago. Sam, have you ever tried jacket potato with chili con carne? You know what? Chili con carne gives me heartburn as well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that though. I don't mind chili con carne, but I feel like if I have chili con carne, it's with a bit of rice. Sam, Coventry fan, that is. Aye, well, there you go. But yeah, he's yeah, he's been at it for a really long time, hasn't he? So maybe in time I'll catch you up, who knows. Reese says you're right to rate Callum Fowler, really knows his opinions and has a right sense of humour to go with it too. I like Callum Fowler. He's one of the few that I will keep an eye on and follow, and there's a lot of good. To be honest, I'd quite like to do more like collaborations and stuff, but I don't know, I don't really. I think I'm still too new to start reaching out to people and start. Oh, do you want to do something with me? Because I get the feeling they'd look at me. Oh, you know, he's only got 6,000 subs, no chance. So I don't know. Maybe in time, who knows? Need you guys. You guys can go and advocate for me. Go and raid his channel and say, do something with Key on Premier League, Dad. Sam, another one, Benjamin Bloom. I think he's great as well. I've not heard of him. I'll have a look. I'll sub to him. He seems. Is he another lower league? Yeah. Championship, love it. There's not enough of them. Not enough Championship But again, 16 years he's been at it. This is it. I think I'm going to have to be in it for the long haul, aren't I? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in a year, but 16 years he's been at it. Shell, won't you get sick of us though? Because you do get some divvies in. Ah, listen. Ah, you've seen by now, Shell. I can handle the divvies, can't I? We're used to some divvies, but it's fine. It's all good. Do it with a smile on your face. It's a good laugh, if nothing else. Worldwide dad, then. You could do podcasts with Lee Gunner. Do you know what? I don't know if... I don't really want to start getting involved with people who's a bit too controversial. The only things I've heard about Lee Gunner in the... I didn't know who Lee Gunner was until about a week ago, and then all I've seen is bad stuff, so I don't know. I think I'd just stay away from collaborations full stop, because knowing my luck, I'd collaborate with someone and then there'd be a scandal. Sam, you've got this, Key. Cheers, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. That's very nice. Listen, I doubt myself. Believe me, I have days where I'm like, what are you doing, you absolute numpty? Go and get a job again. Go and get your job back. Start making some money again. Chance. Oh, should be. Is he on? Is he on? Reed, I think it's going to be offside. It's been given. I think it's going to be a check. No, it is. He's give offside. He did look offside. He did look offside here. Reese said the best thing about Mr. Bloom is his shiny rockstar. Looks like he shampoos it twice daily. Nice fella though. See, I'll never be able to get that, Reese. I'm all gone in the hair department, unfortunately. I don't think I'll ever quite pull that off. Unless I head to Turkey. Joe Key, search up away days on YouTube. Well, I'll have a look at away days. Christ, I'm just promoting other channels on this live at the minute. 547,000 subscribers. Sweet Lord. Do you know what's annoying? Right, he's got 547,000 subscribers. He's been going for 11 years, right? 11 years. He has done 823 videos on YouTube. I've been at this 6 months and I've done nearly 1,000. Nearly 1,000. Shocking. Liam Manning says, Bradley playing good. Surely he's a starter at Liverpool now. And how did we struggle against these? Well, Conor Bradley's just an unbelievable young player. I really like Conor Bradley. I'm made up that he's captain for Northern Ireland tonight. Mr. Bloom is a musician as well. I could have guessed that. Generally speaking, there's no bloke who has long hair in his 30s or 40s and isn't into his music. I would be astonished if that wasn't the case. Certainly his 40s. I think once you get to your 40s, if you're still rocking long hair, you're definitely into some sort of metal or grunge. Yeah, it was offside, Shell. It was quite clear offside, I thought. Don't know why they needed a check on that one. Corner to Slovakia. We've got 30 minutes left here at Windsor Park, Windsor Road. Callum, Big Steve is a good content creator. He's a City fan though. I like that. I like him. Yeah, I know Big Steve. Big Steve goes on the overlap as well, doesn't he? That was a foul throw, ref. That was a foul throw. Come on. Oh, Slovakia are starting to play a lot better now. They're in behind. Unlucky. Starting to play a lot better here now. Definitely struggling here, Wales, Northern Ireland. So yeah, well, I mean, is there anyone any ideas in terms of watching this community from if you've been in this community for a while? and you know the sort of content we do, is there any like bright ideas? Because if you've got any bright ideas, throw them my way. I'll definitely do them. If you want to make, because I'm trying to start doing a proper format to these lives, basically, so that there's actual structure to them. And it might be things like, I don't know, a halftime quiz or a guess the player thing throughout the live. I don't know. Loads of different things I've thought about. I'm just trying to put it into a proper structure so it's a little bit more, maybe not quite Soccer AM, but a little bit more like that. So as the game's going on, if we're stuck with a 0-0, do you know when we've had 0-0s and it's been a bit like, it's not too bad when there's loads of action going on. Or it's a Premier League game and we can have a bit of a back and forth. It's good. But if we're watching a 0-0, it does just start to feel a little bit drab sometimes. So if we've got other things going on that we can chat about, it makes it worthwhile. Alan says, don't diss Soccer AM. Oh, I'm not dissing Soccer AM. I loved Soccer AM. What I'm saying is I'm not trying to like copy Soccer AM per se, but I want that, I'd like that sort of a feel where at least there's an element of structure to the live. Reese's Footy Feed, it won't matter how many subscribers you have to collaborators, just if they click with and value your content. Deluded Gooner, 70k subs, let me on his channel when I had just 50 or so subbed. Really? Hey, there you go. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even necessarily doing it for subscribers. Because to be honest, subscribers is good, but subscribers isn't really what matters anymore. There's channels who don't really have massive amounts of subscribers, but make an absolute fortune on YouTube through other things. So yeah, it's not the end of the world if you don't get them. Alan, if you're going to copy Soccer AM, you'll need the Soccerettes. Great age. How long have you been with him? It'll never last. Joe says, do a volley challenge like Soccer AM in your back garden at half time. Yeah, we'll head down to the car park. I really want to try and get a phone-in going, but you wouldn't believe how difficult it is to get a phone-in. It's so tough to get a phone-in working, and I could get it working, but it would mean I would have to sacrifice probably TikTok or YouTube, one or the other. I would have to sacrifice one or the other. Probably TikTok. So, yeah, it might well be that some shows are not going to be on TikTok in future. But I really want to do phone-ins. I want to get you guys on. Could you not do the live boxes? What live boxes? Live boxes? I don't know what that means, Alan. Tony, 10 to win 60 on Northern Ireland, Germany, France and Ukraine. Respect for operating on multiple platforms. It's nice work, Tony, first off. And yeah, Sweden 0, Switzerland 1. Granit Xhaka with a penalty. Oh, that is an absolute hammer blow. Oh, that's so bad. I thought Sweden would have that one tonight. I really thought they'd have that one. But yeah, in terms of operating on multiple platforms, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Assist, which is another platform that I'm starting to grow on as well. That's based in America. Tony, on Twitch, you can collab and have split screen streaming. I think it's what they mean by live boxes. And Sam, Conor McGillen is good as well. Leeds fan who does good content. I think I've seen him as well, yeah. Chance for Slovakia. Should be 1-1. Oh, just wide. Big chance that for Strelec. And the Borough fans. I can already hear him. He's got to score that. It's a fabulous ball through. And he's got to finish it. He puts it well wide. Tony says, I'll go check out Assist now. Yeah, it's a US channel, mate. It's growing really quickly. And they do, like, they're basically trying to be the watch along website for all sports. They do really well in the NFL, really well with the NBA. Like the American sports, they do really well, and they've got a very small number of UK watch alongers, me being one of them, for the football. The good thing is that if you're in America, even if you're in the UK actually, you can basically see all of the highlights immediately after the game, and it's lined up perfectly with me. Which is well funny. So if we're watching a Champions League game, do you know how you're watching me? If you wanted to go and see the highlights of me doing the watch along, you can go to assist and watch it, and it's like me with the game right underneath, and it's perfectly in sync. It's brilliant, and they do all that. It's spot on. But they do that for like the NFL, the NBA as well. So it's good. Alan says on TikTok you can have people come onto your stream in live boxes. I can. The problem is, so Alan, I mean you won't know this, Alan, but basically I'm live on TikTok here on my phone, but just over here I've got a camera, I'm live on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, I'm on everywhere else, because TikTok made a stupid rule, and I'm going to say it, it's stupid, that basically you can't stream to multiple platforms unless you're a gamer. True story. Unless you are a gamer, you cannot stream to multiple platforms, including TikTok. They don't allow it as of July this year. So that's completely gone now. So basically the only way that I can be on TikTok as well as Twitch and TikTok is to have two cameras. So I now have my phone and I have my other camera, which is an absolute nightmare, to be honest. Oliver Sims, Sunderland under-21s beat Norwich under-21s 3-2 after being 2-1 down. Nice. Tony, we love you in the States. That makes sense. Massive Browns and Cavs Blue Jackets fan. Appreciate the reference, and it would be neat to play those streams at our bar when we don't have access to the game. Nice. Yeah, no, they do really, really well. They're very ambitious, growing really quickly, and yeah, they're doing well. Chance for Northern Ireland. Oh, nearly 2. Unlucky. Reese's Footy Feed says I could be good at YouTube. I do believe it's my head. It's my head falls off every now and, which means I can't guarantee consistency, which is the most essential ingredient for this field. Yeah, I mean, do you know what, man? It is. If you get invested in it as like a hobby, it's not a problem. It's actually quite fun. I think if my problem at times has been, I've been trying to grow it really aggressively with like I've at some point there's been times where I've not enjoyed the actual. I've enjoyed the game, watching the game, but I've not enjoyed the stats and the grind and the analysis after it, which is really, really difficult. But I've actually started picking back up on that in the last couple of months, so I know what you mean by your head falling off. It happens at times. Alan, I really hope we come out of the blocks next weekend against United. Oh, mate, we'll wipe the floor with them. We'll wipe the floor with them. They don't want to play us more than we don't want to play them. I absolutely promise you. We will wipe the floor with United next week. I think it's going to take some changes, though. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how Slot approaches it and how Amarim approaches it as well. Joe, you thought that last season and look what happened. Yeah, we beat him at Old Trafford last season. France 2, Azerbaijan 0. Yeah, we beat him at Old Trafford last season. We drew 2-2 with them at Anfield, but only because they scored late on because Trent decided to switch off. Alan, I think once Wirtz gets his first goal, I think the floodgate will open for him. Do you know what? I think goals, we're not really going to measure Wirtz by goals. I think he will get some goals, but I'm expecting him to be someone who can beat a man and open up defences and things like that. And we've already seen little bits of that in Wirtz. It's just not paid off in terms of people finishing the chances, sadly. But he is starting to show, and I think we'll see the best of him this season. But it might be after Christmas. And I always thought that, to be honest. It's always going to be a little bit of time. Jake, I think you're missing Trent, you know. Salah certainly is. Well, you've got to remember, mate, we're missing... Trent is a world-class right-back, so of course we're missing Trent, but we're also... You've taken Andy Robertson out the side, so both of our full-backs are gone. Diaz is gone, so that's our left winger out of the side. We're playing with Wirtz now in the 10, so that means that either McAllister or Szoboszlai have been out of the team, out of the midfield. And Jota is sadly no longer with us. So you're looking at 5 out of the 11 that we had last season. 5 isn't even there anymore. So it's a huge change. Half of the team from last season is gone. It's completely changed. So, yeah, of course we're going to be experiencing teething problems. It would be weird if we didn't. Shell, did you say that if I watch you on my telly and not my phone tablet, the view doesn't count on YouTube? It didn't, but I think it's okay now. And it wasn't on your telly, sorry. No, it was on your computer. If you've got a computer or a laptop, YouTube wasn't counting those views for a short spell. But it is now, so it's fine. So yeah, you can watch me on whatever you feel comfortable, Shell. I just enjoy... It's lovely you're watching us. Rajveer says, sir, what's your club that you support? I'll give you 3 guesses, Rajveer. Take a real hard look. Take a real close look. Just have a little think about which team it might be that I support. Shell, come on, Isaac. We're into the last 20 minutes here. This could be an absolutely huge win here for Northern Ireland. Joel says, Key, you probably won't, but do you agree that Isak is missing Murphy even slightly? No. No, I don't think he is. I think... Do you genuinely think he is? Or, like, I mean, all banter aside, do you actually think that's what's wrong? Liam says, imagine Sweden not qualifying with the best striker in the Prem, Gyökeres. I absolutely have no idea how Sweden are losing at the minute. Joe, I do, and genuinely. Why? Why would you think that he misses Murphy? I don't understand why you think he'd miss Murphy. He's got a striker... Sorry, he's got Mo Salah alongside him, who is maybe the most creative player in the league. Adam says, will the transfer fee be too heavy for Isak? I don't... There's no evidence to suggest that that's a problem for Isak. I don't think it's going to be an issue for him, really. He's a world-class player. We've known he's a world-class player for some years. I don't think anyone disputes that. Most world-class players are used to playing under a bit of pressure. I don't think it's any issue with... The guy's had, like, 4 games. He's played 4 games for Liverpool. He's not had a pre-season. Like... It's got to be an element of give him a bit of time. This is the same thing with Wirtz. There's some people who just are desperate for him to fail, and I'd rather people just are honest and admit that, or maybe they just aren't really honest with themselves. Maybe they don't want to admit it themselves. Maybe it's just a bit of delusion. Rajveer, Liverpool, you got it, mate. That's the one. Let's see, the amount of assists that Murphy provided him last season, and Salah has done nothing to him. But that's not true. Salah, did you not see the chance that Salah created for him against Chelsea? Just the last game. Salah created an unbelievable chance for him against Chelsea, and he didn't score. Now, that doesn't mean there's not chances. And Wirtz has created a couple of chances for him. So, yeah, it's certainly not the case that he's not getting enough chances, which seems to be what you're suggesting. Isak hasn't had enough chances. I think he's looked knackered. That's my opinion of what we've seen from Alexander Isak so far. I genuinely think he's looked absolutely goosed. There's been so many times where we've looked at him and he's like, especially when he's been on for maybe more than an hour, he's had like his hands on his hips and he's just been like blowing a gut sort of thing, blowing his gut out. And I just feel like that's the issue for Isak at the minute, is he's just far too unfit, or at least not match fit anyway. And I think it's going to take him a little while longer to get him up to speed, and that's why they've said maybe 3 or 4 weeks. He did that at us, mate. I don't. Well, maybe that's just how. I don't know. But all I'm saying is he definitely did have an issue with. Or he definitely does have an issue with fitness at the minute. Sharpness, maybe. Joe, after the cup final, his fitness dropped. But hang on a minute. You weren't saying it was his fitness a few weeks ago. It wasn't his fitness. It was that his attitude had dropped. Plenty of people are saying he was crap after the cup final because his attitude had dropped. That was the other issue I heard. Cheryl says Conor Bradley yellow card, misses the next match now. And Rajveer says Liverpool are my club too. Yes, Rajveer, love it. Give us a like and a subscribe if you're sticking around. Fitness and performances. Well, I think it's going to take time with him. 3 or 4 weeks, maybe another 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll see the best of Alexander Isak. But it's not really surprising with no pre-season. He's not going to quite hit it off straight away. Adam, did Newcastle make him look better than he was compared to Dortmund and Sociedad? Well, he was at Newcastle for 3 years. It'd be quite some effort to make him look better across a 3-year period. I think that's just him reaching the levels that he's capable of. Rajveer, sir, I subscribe. Cheers, Rajveer. Thank you very much. And Liam Manning, Bradley misses next game. Just picked a yellow card. So good news for Liverpool. Long ball up the pitch there from Peacock Farrell. Northern Ireland here. Joe, we did improve him a lot. You can't argue that. Well, what we can't really argue is if Alexander Isak hadn't been at Newcastle and he'd been at maybe another club, would he still be the Alexander Isak that we've seen today? Neither you or I can prove or disprove that. Some players are just world class and will improve wherever they are. You say you don't think so. Of course, and you would naturally say you don't think so because you're a Newcastle fan. And your argument would be that Newcastle made him the player that he is and grew him well beyond what he would be if not for Newcastle, right? And therefore, him stepping away from Newcastle means he's not going to be that player anymore. I don't tend to agree. And I would apply that logic rigorously across every player, by the way. I don't think that Trent Alexander-Arnold is entirely responsible for how he has become. But I also think that he would have, if he'd have come through the academy at Manchester City or Manchester United, I think he still would have been maybe a Real Madrid player today. He might not have been as good, maybe, because he's a Liverpool lad, a Liverpool fan, whatever. And maybe there's an element of that. But I don't think it might, maybe it's a 1% increase, but I don't think it has a massive impact. Joe, he still does well at Liverpool, but he will have to adapt his game to how you play. Absolutely, and we'll have to adapt to him too, and that is what you're seeing right now. That's why Liverpool have struggled in the last few games, because we're not only adapting to Isak, we're adapting to Kerkez, we're adapting to Wirtz, we're adapting to Bradley at right back, or Frimpong at right back, or Szoboszlai at right back. You know, we've not got Trent there anymore, so we're having to adapt to different things in the middle, different things across our fullbacks, plus a new striker. So all of a sudden, there's 4, 5, 6 different changes in the team, and that's always gonna cause issues. They're not issues that I expect to be insurmountable, because ultimately we've replaced them with world-class players. We've invested an awful lot. Corner to Northern Ireland here. Come on. 10 minutes left. Can they get a second? Ball whipped in. Easy for Dubravka. Punched away. Liam says, did you hear the Gakpo interview? He was so close to joining Man United. He was, yeah. He was. Chance. Must be. Has he scored it? What a goal. Unbelievable finish that. That's absolutely unbelievable from Trey Hume. Oh, what a finish that is. Absolutely unreal. 2-0 Northern Ireland. That is a huge, huge goal in the context of the World Cup qualifying. That is massive for Northern Ireland. That puts them on 6 points. It puts them level with Slovakia. It puts them level with Germany now as well. Germany also chasing base. Actually, I think Germany level. Germany might even be in front. I don't know. All I know is they play Germany on Monday night. I'm going to be live for it, and they've just wrapped this game up. Dubravka coming out, and he had an absolute shocker there. But that you still can't really get away from the finish. Dubravka comes out, punches the ball out. He's maybe 12 yards off his line. He's about near the penalty spot. And the ball just drops to Trey Hume, who first time on the volley, side foot, cushions it over him and into the net. An absolutely fantastic goal for Northern Ireland. 2-0. Get in. Great goal. Samuel Mark Ingram says, Pete Davey, who is a Newcastle content creator, believes Alexander Isak is a bit lazy. He might be. Maybe that's a factor. Some strikers are. Some strikers are the type that walk around and look a little bit like they're not doing an awful lot, and then they just spark into life. Thierry Henry was a little bit like that, by the way. Quite a lot of people used to throw that, argument around about Thierry Henry. He used to stand there a lot of the time. Just stand around doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, bang, he was off. Isak's a little bit like that. Ekatiki's potentially a little bit like that too. And then you see other strikers who are just constantly buzzing around and just seem to have boundless energy. Sometimes, yeah, different strikers. Slovakia all the way out for a goal kick. Sean Football, Northern Ireland are the best. Northern Ireland 2-0. Look, this is massive for them, isn't it? Liam Manning, 3 teams, all on 6 points, but Bradley can't play against Germany, so that's a massive loss. Yeah, it is. That is big for them. And who's this down in the middle of the park? Is it Galbraith? Sweden have got 6 minutes left here to get something. Gyökeres and Isak up front. Ayari, Bergvall, Heen. It's not been a good day for the Swedes. And I tell you what, as it stands, Sweden are rock bottom of their qualifying group. Rock bottom. Reese's Footy Feed says, I've jinxed our keeper tonight still, as long as he gets the errors out of his system while he's away. Sean Football, who has scored. So it was... first goal was an own goal from Slovakia, and the second goal was a goal from Trey Hume just then. Trey Hume from Sunderland. Absolutely brilliant finish. Fabulous goal. Really, really good goal. Iceland 3-3, and Joe says, I saw against Forest that Voltemada's pressing game has massively improved, and he doesn't go missing in games. The problem with Voltemada, though, is pace, isn't it? There's only so much that he can press, and also he won't have the energy that... He's 6'7". The guy's not built for being a pressing machine. He's not that guy, is he? Callum the Copite Key, who's your Italy club? Fiorentina. Yeah, Fiorentina's my Italy club. Don't like Lazio, don't like Roma. I've got Lazio and Roma shirts, but I'm not really a fan of either of them. I don't like Juventus, got a Juventus shirt. Don't like either of the Milan clubs either, to be honest. But yeah, Fiorentina would be mine. I think Parma would be a close second. Fiorentina and Parma. Mine would be Milan. Sam says Stan Larsen is 6'6". Is he really? Wouldn't have said that. Big lad, Stan Larsen. I mean, broad-shouldered and he looks like a big bustling centre forward, but he's got a bit of pace about him, hasn't he, as well? Joe says, why don't you like them? Lazio and Roma. I don't like Lazio and Roma because I didn't like it in Rome. I don't like Rome. When I went to Rome watching Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final, I didn't enjoy it, and yeah, I didn't like the Roma fans, and I found the city of Rome not to be the type of place that I thought it was going to be when I went there. So yeah, I've got a bit of a bad taste in my mouth about Rome. And Inter, I grew up liking Inter Milan. I'm probably more of an Inter fan than I am AC. But I don't really like either of them, to be honest. But yeah, Lazio and Rome, and I just don't like because of Rome. Callum says, which Milan? Red and white or blue and white? Yeah, neither. Torvin scored for France. Florian Torvin. Ex-Newcastle. Christ, it feels ages since he was at Newcastle. Last few minutes here at Windsor Park. Did you watch Everton v Palace? I did, mate, yes. Yeah. I posted... If you head over to YouTube, you can see the full highlights. I did a highlights package on it as well for how I reacted to the last goal going in. Iceland 3, Ukraine 4. Reese's Footy Feed, did someone crack you with the leather belt from their jeans in Rome? No, they didn't. No, but someone in our party very, very nearly got what they call the punchy kata. It's something that the Roma football fans do to you, to unsuspecting away fans in Europe. The punchy kata, it's called. Puncicate, I think it's called. If you Google it, you'll find out what it is. Joe says, the first player I had on the back of my shirt. Really? Florian Torvin? Oh, bloody hell. Callum, nah, I prefer Inter Milan all the way. If we don't win the Champions League, I always vouch for them. Fair enough. Free kick here for Slovakia, right on the edge of the box. 88 minutes on the clock. Chance. If they score here, maybe there's a chance for them to get back in it. The man named Torvin was only on for a minute and scored the overhead kick. The only thing I remember about Florian Torvin and that Newcastle side was when they had like a bit of blue on the kit, didn't they? It was a black kit, but I'm sure it had like... Didn't it have like sky blue on the sleeves or like electric blue? There was an electric blue part of the kit. It was when you had Gabriel Obertan playing for you. I think Wijnaldum was there as well. Yeah, Wonga on the front. Grey and blue Wonga shirt. I don't remember the away. When I think of Torvin, I remember that specific kit, and I'm sure he had like electric blue. There was blue, more blue on a Newcastle kit than I've ever seen on a home kit as well. By the way, Caleb Hurst, game over. Not quite. No, it's a free kick to Slovakia. Chance cleared away. 89th minute on the clock. Scoreboard's just up here, by the way. Corner to Slovakia. 15-16 home shirts. Yeah, Wijnaldum was there then, wasn't he, as well? That was the year you beat us as well. 15-16. Yeah, it was, because Jurgen Klopp just came. I think it was like Klopp's third or fourth game, and we went to Newcastle and got beat 2-0. Wijnaldum scored the second, and we signed him that summer. Yeah, Wijnaldum, Genie. What a player. Love Genie. Sean Football says, come on the Irish. It's getting very close. We're into 90. How many minutes added on? That's going to be the question. How many minutes at the end? 6 added minutes. There you go. 6 added minutes. Can Ireland hang on? Musa Sissoko, yeah. Tiote was still there then as well, God rest his soul. Sure he was. Obertan, Tiote, Gale, Bijirimana, Iceland 3, Ukraine 5, Rolando Aarons as well. Remember Rolando Aarons? And he was going to take over the world, wasn't he? Plus 6 added minutes, says Shell, yeah. And we're nearly into the second of them already. Gutierrez, what a player he was. Love him, Jonas Gutierrez. Sweden about to do everyone's bets. Clarkey, wasn't Rafa Benitez manager at Newcastle Key? I think he was, yeah. About then he was. Oh, what a turn, unlucky. Great turn there from Conor Bradley, nearly creating the winner. Sean Football, what team are you supporting, Key? To be honest, mate, I just enjoy the game. I'm a Liverpool fan. I know you're a United fan. I can see from your profile picture. But on this channel, we just do watch-alongs, mate. We just watch everyone and generally have a chit-chat and blah. You know, that's how we do. That's what we do on here. But tonight it's a little bit quieter than usual because we're watching maybe a game that very few, apart from the hardcore and Northern Ireland fans, care about. Conor Bradley's going off here. Callum Key, who do you vouch for if we get knocked out of the Champions League? Nobody. I don't care. If we get knocked out of the Champions League, I'm not bothered. I don't care who wins. Probably anyone but Arsenal and City. I think I would be actively voting against the English teams then. And against the big teams as well. So basically anyone other than Barca, Real Madrid, PSG, Arsenal, City. Yeah, any of that. Anyone other than them, I'd be supporting. Daniel Janmat, what a player. Slovakia, can he keep it in? No, it's going to be a goal kick. Big chance gone there for Slovakia. Conor Bradley getting a big hug from his manager and from the coaching staff and from the entire bench, basically. The captain, the skipper, young Conor Bradley, Liverpool's star, guiding Northern Ireland potentially to the cusp of a World Cup. Sweden 0, Switzerland 2. I can't believe it. Oh, Sweden, you've had an absolute shocker there. Sweden 0, Switzerland 2. Manzambi with a second after Xhaka's penalty put the Swiss in front. And Sweden, talk about the cusp of a World Cup. Sweden on the cusp of getting knocked out. The Swedes, with Isak and Gyökeres up front, might not be making it to the World Cup. Bergvall, Kulusevski, Isak, Gyökeres. If you told me you're going to put them in a national team, Christ, how bad would the defence have to be for them not to get to the World Cup? Shell says we've got City next. Oh, Everton are getting smashed by City. Erling Haaland, do the business. Lisha says pretty much names the favourites. It's true. It's absolutely true. I would 100% be backing anyone other than the favourites. But certainly, like if I had to rank it by order, it would be, I definitely don't want Arsenal to win it. I definitely don't want City to win it. I definitely don't want PSG to win it. I don't want Real Madrid to win it. And then I don't want Barcelona to win it. So then, in order of that, like the worst team to win it would 100% be Arsenal. Oh, it's a great run down the right-hand side. Ah, and he wins a throw-in. Well done. Northern Ireland, unbelievable play there by Spencer on the right side. He's done really well there. Liam Manning says he's getting sacked in the morning. The Sweden coach probably got Pontus Jansson there. Goodmanson's playing, your mate. Leeds is finest, Goodmanson. Okay, last 60 seconds here. Callum says, key this weekend, we can back Everton, it's a one-off. No, we can't. We can't back Everton. I don't want Everton get a point against City. I want City wipe the floor with them. I'm backing City to batter them. Sean, I hope Northern Ireland go on to the World Cup. Me too, Sean. Yeah, me too. And it's very nearly full time here. The referee's gotta be blowing it up here. Come on. I think that's gotta be it. Surely. Long ball switched over to the far side. And it's gone behind for a corner. Is there going to be time to take it? Yep. Just about. Lee Webster tapped to 30k. Cheers, Lee. Thanks very much, mate. And Liam Manning says, to be fair, Sweden are playing a back three. Goodmanson doesn't play like that at Leeds. It's probably why they're struggling. But yeah, from what I've gathered, Isak and Gyökeres have not had a great night tonight up front for Sweden. It's not been brilliant. And that's going to be a foul. And that is going to be it for Northern Ireland. Big 3 points. There you go. Huge 3 points to take Northern Ireland to the cusp of qualification in the World Cup. Still a big game to come against Germany on Monday night. I'll be live for that one, by the way. I'm live for 2 games tomorrow. If you just want to join me, I'm going to be live for Northampton Town against Rotherham United. And then straight after that, Oldham against Barrow. 2 of England's lower league games. Come and check them out with me. Why not? It's a good laugh. It's Saturday. It's club football. We've had the international football all week. I've got international football all next week. Enjoy a little bit of club football. 2 very big games. Northampton Town against Rotherham and then Oldham against Barrow. They are my 2 games tomorrow. I'll be live at about 1:30 tomorrow for that. And I'll see you all tomorrow. 30k likes. Let's go. See you later, Key Pal. Cheers for that. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone that's been commenting and liking. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.